the art of recycling, because we're all about art. And why? This is the Vancouver landfill, growing every day when we don't ship it out to somewhere else, where it grows there too. And Vancouver is a really pretty place. We'd like it to stay there. Oh, gotta get to the right page.
We're definitely going to be under 5 minutes.
I think we'll do, yeah. We'll make up the story.
Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and we brought lots of stuff for you to, junk is worth 1,000 words too. Anyway, as you can read here, in the hands of an artist, as you can see, we have tonight, recycled trash can be transformed into new works. And they're all different. As you can see by the people who are here today, they're all motivated by different purposes. But it's those pieces of recycled bits that they find that even motivates them even more. So we brought some of the pieces. This piece is actually we brought tonight. This is a piece by a man called David Schroeder. He actually lives in Bellingham. And he started with the materials on the left, including an old vacuum cleaner. And he transformed it into a wonderful car. You'll be able to see it up close. The words don't do it justice. And we also brought something by this artist, Ron Zimmer. We didn't bring this one because it's about 10 feet tall. We brought something smaller, also made from fire extinguishers. Used fire extinguishers. ReVision started in 2007. We started one weekend in the Granville Island Hotel, and we invited artists to bring in some of their artworks. All the art is made from recycled materials. And it was very, very successful. And over the years, we have grown from being something that's one weekend to being something which is last year in 2012, 2 months on Granville Island. Here we have an artist from Campbell River, and his claim to fame is that he makes fountains from recycled musical instruments. Again, we didn't bring one of those because there are two about 10 feet tall. This is a piece by Carl here.
It's about 60 feet tall. We didn't bring it either. Long, 60 feet long.
And it's made from metal and glass from repurposed.
They were essentially wall lights from an apartment building that was being redone. So they went and took the lights all out. They were all stacked out front, ready to go to the garbage. And I said, hey, I can do something with that. And so in essence, the whole idea here is you can repurpose and turn something that is going, what you would junk doesn't have to junk, so you can get it. And then we have been holding the ReVision sets on Granville Island. The reason we do that is that Granville Island represents exactly what we're talking about. It was an old, archaic, leftover industrial area, which has now turned into a vibrant, multicultural, multi-vendor, if you like, arena. And that's exactly what we want people to think about. Don't throw it out. See what you can do with it. See how it can be reused. So as she said already, we started small, one weekend, and went up to 2 months. And the real thing that happened by going to the larger, CMHC noticed us, and so did a place called Creek House, and they wanted to get more people involved, because when you get more people involved, essentially what you're doing is you're causing people to think. And so what was really interesting, CMHC really liked what we did, because in the normal Granville Island troupe, they drive and park, and they go off down to the market, they buy their food, and they leave. They're absolutely amazed that you put this stuff up, and people stop. They look at it, they think about it, and they talk about it. So they're just absolutely fascinated by that. So a little bit more of what that was, and this is kind of interesting too, because it's an outdoor venue. An outdoor venue is very hard to structure and keep things alive. Some of the artists, this was by our third or fourth, 2012 or fifth year, actually looked at doing things differently so they could put it outside. So these were actually bricks, and what he did was he made up a mosaic with the paint on it. It's a
Virgin on the Rocks.
Virgin on the Rocks, yeah. So quite cute. You could walk across it, no problem at all. But it was a new, and the bricks were all from a house that was being destroyed. This one just really was quite cute. He's from Salt Spring, I think. I think he's from Salt Spring also. Essentially a ship. It had everything in there from hose to trucks, from skateboards. It was really quite an amazing piece. I'm really jealous. He works 3 hours a day at the Recycle place on one. And yeah, so he gets first pick.
We couldn't bring it either. It required, I think, 4 men.
Yeah, it was 4 of us to barely lift it. This is really, this is Carl McMahon's, and it's he calls it orca breaching. And these are really neat in that he puts in all kinds of materials. So there's some rebar to do initial structure, but he's got actually pistons. He's got railway spikes. He's got axe heads in there. It's really, and the thing that we really like is, what we like is people stop and look, and it's a piece of art, it's something interesting. But what's really nice is the closer you get, the more, same as you can come by and look, but the closer you get, you'll find that it's made of a bunch of pieces that structure the art. And when you can find it broken down in those pieces, it's really neat. So it does visual from far, and it does visual close up. It makes you think, which is really, the fascinating thing about this piece is that he added the wood. He's made a bunch of these metal ones. And he said everybody goes like this, and they look, and they come up, and they go like that. They're scared to touch it. He wanted people to touch. He added the wood, and that is recycled wood. It's always, in fact, some of it is axe handles, chair legs, and so forth. And he said the difference is night and day. Everybody wants to touch it, which is really back to you.
Okay, well, we call our exhibitions festivals because they're not just about the exhibiting of art. We like to involve the public. So as part of the festivals, we also have, in this case, we called it a sound station, where artists that we found that made instruments from recycled materials would bring them and allow people to touch them and create music. In this particular case, these percussion instruments are made from, I think the bases are from a bakery or a industrial kitchen that he used the bottoms. And he would lead public in rhythmic workshops.
And there's 45-gallon drums there too.
Oh, yes.
We're running out of time.
Oh, gosh. Okay. And another aspect of our festivals are the creation stations, and we have brought one with us. And that's where we have materials that a lot of them are donated, as was previously mentioned. Also, many of the artists will donate materials, because as artists that use recycled materials, we have lots of stuff. Anyway, come join us later on and see what you can make.
Because it's for adults, not just kids.
Yes, it's not just kids. As you can see in the picture here, we have lots of adults that like to play. Another aspect of the festival, we only had this in 2011, was a wearable art fashion parade, where all the wearables were made from recycled materials. This particular one is all paper. And tonight we brought a piece by Lorraine Kwan. These two are also made by Lorraine Kwan, and one on the left is with buttons and an umbrella material, and the one on the right is made from, again, paper.
Paper tickets, if I remember right.
You can talk to her about those. Here's the bunch of us, and as you can see, there's all kinds of different kinds of wearables. Just like with the other art, the recycled materials leave the artist now. And as with all the other art, here's a shot of the people taking pictures of the art.
It was really well received. It was very interesting. Okay, so we're winding down now, but what we just wanted to say was there is roughly, we think about 40,000 people who saw the works. Because they were outside, they were 24 hours a day. You could go down anytime. People were bringing people back to have a look at them. So that's one of the exciting things about being able to do something outside. is you get a larger crowd, longer crowd. It's a little bit harder. These kind of things are very much so part of the North American tradition in the U.S., all right? They're not, so there's lots of cities that have these and integrate them with the commerce of the city, so that you get both sides working together. But it's not quite that here. It's really in its infancy. There isn't a lot of recycled stuff that works with the people in it. So we are working at it, and hopefully other people will put things together. And just in closing, think about recycling. Come over and have a look, and come over and create, because that's the part of it. Can you actually take something and reuse it, make it cute? All of this stuff is all about that.
And have fun.